You know, it took me a while before I would even take my shirt off around my girlfriend, and yet for some reason I'm perfectly happy exposing myself to the internet. I have weird priorities. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. As you can see, I'm wearing something a little bit different today. This is my new binder. Those of you who watched my previous videos will know that my previous binder was an Underworks binder. This one is something known as a GC2B binder. Now, I was a little bit reluctant to get a GC2B binder to begin with because all of my friends who were recommending it to me were all rather slim, small chested guys, and obviously me being quite a big chested guy, I was kind of, well, a little bit on the fence until I met other big chested guys that said, actually, yeah, this does work. So I I thought, why not? Let's go ahead, let's try this. It is a full binder, like the other one was. However, as you can see here, it actually stops, well, about here. The binding stops about here, which is good for me because the main reason I was changing binders was because having a binder previously that binds all the way down, it meant that my stomach was being compressed, and therefore when I would eat meals I would end up having a compressed stomach and often feel quite sick and sometimes get very painful stomach cramps. On the downside though, it does mean that regardless of your body shape, it squishes you in a little bit and will often give you a little bit of a pot belly. I've been told this happens with everyone regardless of whether you're a healthy weight or not. Now, compared to my previous binder, the Underworks binder, this actually compresses inwards towards your chest rather than pulling down as my previous binder seemed to do. That does mean it's very awkward to get on, and that's where the issues began. It pushes towards your chest rather than pushing down compared to my last binder. This means that if you have a bigger chest it will push it up slightly, but that does give you more of a sort of a peck-like image there, and that can be quite good. However, quick notice, both of mine at some point have gotten damaged within a few months of me buying them. I think that's because they're not as robust as the Underworks binder, purely because the second layer of the binder is actually very thin, stretchy fabric, and if you pull on that while trying to pull it over your body, you can actually tear certain areas. I myself had to stitch it up a couple of times, and I also, on one of my binders, I own two of these, there was a hole developing in the side of the seam, and I'm thinking it might be because I maybe bought a size too small, but I've actually heard complaints from other trans guys that these binders don't last as long as they say they would. Obviously, I think it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some people say they're great, some people really think they're awful. I think it depends on your size. For me, I think, because I'm a little bit bigger, they don't fit as well. And I think this is, even though it does flatten my chest and does give me better capacity to breathe, and it means that my stomach isn't compressed, I feel that these binders are definitely more orientated towards guys who are a bit smaller chested. When it comes to actually buying these are about, well, I think about £30 including shipping, which isn't bad considering they come from America, and the shipping is pretty good. They said I think about 3 to 5 weeks on the shipping, and I was expecting it to be towards the end, but it came within the first week of its expected shipping time, which I thought was great news, especially since my old binder was wearing out and I was really worried I'd have to go out without a binder, and I'm pretty sure lots of you know that that's not exactly a prospect. Once you've started binding, it's not a prospect that you want to go through with. So, in short, this binder does its job. It compresses my chest flatter than it's ever done before. However, you can't really be too rough with it like you would say a full body Underworks binder, as the fabric is a little bit more fragile and some of the stitching can be a little iffy. So if you want one, I would definitely recommend trying to buy one. They don't do a refund, unfortunately. They don't refund you, but if you have, say, the wrong size, they will give you a new one in replacement. The best thing about these binders is that they are made by people who are in the trans community, for people in the trans community, unlike Underworks, which is mainly built for cisgendered men. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative and that helps you make any decisions you're possibly going to make regarding your binders. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye guys!